Hey guys, welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week. Uh, yeah, we're gonna. Hey, hello, Jello Sketch. Welcome to my two viewers at the moment. It's always great to have you guys here. Today we're just gonna do something chill. I picked something before the stream from the infamous Art to Do box, and we got to use my pastel pencils was the prompt. Ignore my terrible handwriting. So what? That doesn't go back in the box. Oops. What we are using is going to be the Carbothello Stabilo pastel pencils. I doodled with these at work for fun. They're lovely. Frankly, I wish I had more, but we have these for now, and that shall suffice. So probably just gonna work on something more abstract, just little stars. Honestly, they're always really relaxing to draw. I found so we're just gonna be chill and chat and just do little stars with pastel using a black sketchbook. I don't know if I have the information on it anymore. Most of all of my supplies I got at Blick, so black sketchbook's pretty easy to get anywhere. Yeah. So we're gonna be joined by Sunny at some point, or Camilla. Yeah. So let's just hop right into it. How have you guys been? How's your week been? I keep forgetting the camera's over here and not over here like it used to be, so you have to forgive me looking off camera. Alright. Hopping in the Discord. Hello! I've started stream. Hello! Say hi to chat, Camilla. Hello? Oh, your sound is way too low. Let me fix that. Try again.
Hi?
There we go. Much better. Now people can hear you. Huzzah. I forgot to turn you on speaker. That's why.
Oh.
Which is like L for me. So we're going to be using pastel pencils today. I'm going to just do the little stars. It's something I do, to be honest, when I'm bored at work and just straightening out the pastel aisle. We have always these little papers that people can test things on. I just doodle little stars with the pastel because they're really satisfying.
Oh, is this from the box that I gave you?
Yeah, the prompt is use pastel pencils, but I think I added that prompt. I don't remember. I
added something similar.
It is my really messy handwriting and the trademark yellow paper that I'm using because I had a bunch of yellow cardstock that I was using for like to back prints and things, except they got wet in the flood. Not the con. That'd be tragic. So they're all wobbly and warped, and I can't use them for anything besides scrap paper now. So that's what I use them for. So you'll see a lot of like yellow paper in my little scrap box. It's like anything colored is Camilla's suggestions, and all the yellows are mine.
I added something pastel as well in there.
Ooh. I think you meant in like did you mean in terms of like the color palette or just like using the pencil? Because I'm using pastel pencils.
I think it was a color palette to draw something specific with the color palette.
Yeah, I'm using pastel pencils, like the art medium. So these are like very vibrant, not the medium type thing.
Yeah.
Or they are the medium, not the color palette. Goodness, I'm all wrong.
Yeah. I know you were trying to say. It's good.
Yeah, just doodling. What have you been up to besides baking shenanigans?
Besides baking and stressing myself out to the point where I got sick.
Oh no, it's no good.
I mean, the only thing that's gonna stop me from going to work is if I throw up, which is,
Justified.
Well, yeah, and it's what they suggest. Like, if you have a cold, just Dayquil, NyQuil, do whatever the heck you need to do. But because bakery is so small in itself, and we don't have a assistant manager, and we lost 2 people already.
That's rough.
There's only 3 of us because the bakery manager can't be with us. She has to be at the office.
It's kind of cringe.
It's gonna be a thing. It's gonna.
You're in for a time.
Yeah, there's gonna be times when we have like 2 people.
Yikes.
or 3 depending on the situation. Because the reason I take night shifts is because I'm uh, technically backing someone up who usually does night shifts, and since we only have one person that does night shifts,
Yeah.
she uses that for her days off, and then I take over.
That makes sense.
So,
Yeah.
if we had like an assistant manager, they'd help us out, but
That makes sense. It's unfortunate.
yeah, we had an interview for an assistant manager, but she was so focused on talking crap about her other job at Sprouts, and she was like,
Okay,
"Do I get a raise and stuff?" And we're over here like,
that's never a good thing.
She legit was just talking crap and asking about money, and we're over here like, "Look, it's just a transfer. You're not getting a raise. But if you don't take the job, you're gonna lose out on a lot of benefits that you won't get at your other job."
Yeah,
You spent
makes sense.
years there already, and no one, and she doesn't like her people there. So
probably not the person you want to work with, to be honest.
Yeah, we declined her. She was gonna decline anyways, and she did say that she wasn't gonna take it, and we were like, "It's best you didn't at this point."
Damn.
Yeah, we were not happy with her.
I should have visited the other day. I was nearby. Me and Jello and Lindsay went to the Coconut Grove Art Fair.
Oh yeah, it was $25 to park in our parking lot.
Wow, we parked like in a like the doctor's office I used to go to, and nearby, so that was pretty good. The bad thing was it was the day. It was pouring, like torrential rain. I mean, we knew ahead of time. We were like, oh, we're Floridians. Rain ain't gonna harm anything. But it's also an art fair with like really water damageable art, like really sensitive.
Our store was so busy to begin with was because it was raining, so everyone from the art festival came over to us.
Yeah. So we got like maybe a quarter or halfway through the show, and then trapped in like one of the tents that they have, where they had like the upcoming artists tent, and like it was pouring so hard we had to like close all like the tent flaps, and it was like kind of dark, and then the show ended like midway through, like ooh, like. So we didn't get to see everything. But all the artists were happy though. They're like, "Thank God, I don't want to be here in the rain. Please,
because they're
free me." Yeah, exactly.
Understandable.
Like I get it, but like ripperoni. I wanted to see all the art.
I can't go to any event at this point.
Yeah, I know. It sounds with like your schedule.
I legit am like, I will plan in advance. My dad wants to take me to California because he wants me to meet this astronaut that we're hoping.
Oh, sick.
He'll do like a forward on a book that he's trying to edit.
Oh, sick. But like, you gotta plan that well in advance with your work.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have 3 weeks in advance. I told them I'm gonna give you 3 weeks in advance. We just need to figure out the dates and get the book done before we even do the trip. However, I need to do that, and I'm hoping it's not around March. I'm gonna be upset if it's around March, because he's trying to get the book done very quickly, but I just don't want to interfere with the
concert stuff we're seeing.
Events we're doing.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of my friends are really lucky. We're gonna go see like some concerts and stuff. Chat. So that's gonna be fun. So if you're going to any concerts, keep an eye out for me.
For real.
They're mostly in March. Also, the Ren Fair is going on. I'm really excited about that.
I can't do shit.
Yeah, you got the day off, didn't you?
Yeah, for only one day, and that's in March. What, March 9?
Yeah, that's for the Ren Fair, I think. So there's that at least.
Yeah, there's that at least. Which it's because last year I wasn't able to do it because I was working at Barnes and Nobles.
Yeah.
And everybody else was going, and by the time that I was able to get a day off, the Ren Fair ended.
That's why for my work I always make sure to have I always have Sunday off because there's always stuff going on the weekend, so I make sure to have one weekend day off.
Yeah, we can't do that at our work right now.
Really? Oh, right, because of the thing.
I with everything going on, plus those are the days off that my friend my coworker takes her days off. Yeah. I have to do a night shift. It's just impossible not to. I can't just say no.
That's true.
Even on my days off, I have to be available.
That's kind of cringe, actually. What? You're not like a doctor on... Are you getting paid more, at least, for being on call?
I don't think so.
You should be paid for being on call, my dear. They can't
I'm on
ask that of
call,
you.
and it's mandatory. They even said, I was like, is this mandatory? They're like, yeah.
Well, then they should pay you for that. Doctors get paid extra for being on call.
We still get paid, but we just don't get extra. We just clock in as if it was a normal shift. And
If they're asking you to come in on your off days, then you need to get compensated for that. Or just don't be like, hey, I can't be on call. I'm not a doctor. You either pay me extra or not.
I can't say that.
Why not? What are they gonna do? Fire you? What are they gonna do? Oh no, can they really? Can they afford it? Like, if they fire you, who are they gonna have do the night shift?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they can't afford to fire you.
What I would like is my manager to see what a night shift is like.
Oh no.
She's done so many day shifts that she's had an afternoon shift, and she was like, whoa, it's chaotic.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait till you do a night shift.
Yeah, I don't do night shifts anymore. I'm like, I like being able to do things in the evening, because most things with friends happen in the evening, like after work, because most people work a 9 to 5, you know?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be fun. So our D&D game is gonna have scheduling issues. Huzzah. Now, that's how you know your real D&D game, is when you start to have scheduling issues.
The good thing is that she doesn't care how many times we, request off.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's
as long as
the
we
bare
tell
minimum.
them in advance.
That is the bare minimum. That's, if your job had a problem with that, then that's not a good, healthy job, my guy.
She don't care. She like, I don't care how many days you take off. And I'm like, good, because, obviously I do schedule in advance. I think I'm the only one that's scheduled in advance. I think the only one who has actually taken days off. I don't think anyone else has really requested days off, personally.
Interesting.
But, like, I have my reason.
Makes sense.
And I requested for MegaCon and decided to take it as a mental health day. They still thought I was at MegaCon, and I was like, yeah, I just left early and took a mental health day.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Speaking of MegaCon, remember the earrings that I got at the mall or the store? I found a matching hair stick for it at the con, which I was so fucking stoked for. I don't know if you can see it on the stream.
Oh my god!
It's like the same exact thing. It's perfect. I was so happy when I found it.
I'm jealous now. I'm glad that you could put hairpins on your hair even though I cut it.
Yeah, you did. Christian is still devastated by that. My friend Camilla here gave me an impromptu haircut, so they're like, oh, let me do layers.
Gave her a trim, and then my ADHD went back.
Yeah. She said, let me give you layers. I'm like, oh, I've never had layers go wrong before, so I let Camilla just do her thing, and then layers became a trim, and then a trim became lopping half my hair off.
Yeah.
I don't care all that much, because, it'll grow back, hair is hair, but at least everyone else was devastated. Christian was like, no. I still don't think he trusts you fully because of that. You feel like...
Super long hair.
I did have super long hair. I cut it, before I left, or, my senior year of college, and then 4 years passed, and I just didn't realize, to be honest. I was like, oh, I cut my hair very recently, 4 years ago, so...
Yeah, apparently you have to get a haircut every 6 months.
Really?
And you have to go to the dentist every 6 months.
Really?
And you should at least go to the doctor every year.
I know the year thing with the doctor, but, nobody's doing that these days, my guy. What? Nobody's doing that. Nobody can afford to do that. This economy? Dang. Most people, anyways. He's coming along. It's a little star.
Is that... that doesn't look like a star. That looks like a flower.
Okay, you know what?
Flower from Rapunzel?
It's abstract, alright? It's I don't know, colorful, explodey star, whatever. I did warn the chat it was gonna be abstract today, so, you don't even at me.
Kaboom! Kaboom!
What do you mean, kaboom? What do you want about?
An explosion thing. If you add more white on the outside, it'll look like an explosion.
I'm getting there. I'm going through the rainbow little color palette, you know. getting there eventually. It's just like a meditative exercise almost. Just building up the gradients.
I'm dying.
You dying?
I'm dying.
You still sound very much alive. You know, I'd beg to differ.
It's weird because last time I had phlegm in my chest, I had bronchitis.
Ooh, you should probably see somebody
I
about
didn't
that.
think I had a cold or anything. But I'm over here with phlegm in my chest, and I'm like, I really hope I don't.
What?
But the reason I found out I had bronchitis was because I had strep at the same time.
Strep sucks. I had that in middle school. I was lucky they caught it pretty early. Because my sister got it first, and then they're like, oh, that stuff's hella contagious. We're gonna test you. And I'm like, I'm fine. I feel fine. And then they're like, yeah, you got it. And I'm like, no, I love school. Don't take me out of school, please. I know, I was that nerd who actually liked school. In hindsight, middle school was the worst, but while I was in middle school, I bloody loved it. I didn't know any better. Now I do. Dude, my German teacher hated me. Not for any reason, just I was different and I needed an IEP and stuff. Bruh, she straight up told my parents, this specific school is not a school for a child like Raphael. You should send her to a special school. Heyo! Hey official Nova Games, welcome to the chat. We're just chilling, chatting, doodling. We're counting. Yeah? What's up?
That's me.
Oh, is that you? Hi! Well, you've never been on my stream before. It says it's the first time viewer. Jesus. You should be in the stream more.
I was like, I'm gonna let her figure it out.
Listen, I'm smart, but I'm also not. You expect entirely too much of me. Yeah, no, but my German teacher told my parents straight up, like, yeah, this is not a school for a kid like Raphael. Put her in a special school. They're like, frick you. No, we're just gonna get our kids some tutoring. And then I got top marks on the AP exam. Yeah, I know, it's the AP exam in middle school. Shouldn't be a thing, but it was a thing. I went to a weird school. It was like a magnet school for, I don't know. I got top marks on the AP exam, the top in the class. Even her student pets didn't get as high as me. Some of them, like, didn't even pass the test, to be honest. So, but then the teacher's tune was changing. She's like, ugh, I knew you could do it, Raphael. That's why I pushed you so hard. And I'm like, sure. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Like, sure. Yeah, real believable. You're gonna tell that, like, the time you kicked me out of class? Like, really? I mean, I don't know if she did. I'm autistic, so she's like, one time in class, I don't know why, but she was upset at me, and she told me to leave the class, so my autistic ass was like, okay, you told me to leave, I guess I'll have to leave now. And then I was just wandering the hallways, and the very sweet vice principal found me wandering. She's like, why aren't you in class? And I'm like, the teacher kicked me out. And then she brought me back to class, and the teacher's like, this isn't a train station. She can't just hop on and off and come back. And the lady's like, then why'd you tell her to leave? She's like, I didn't tell her to leave. And I'm like, you did. So, I don't know. Probably just autistic Raph and not understanding that she didn't actually mean for me to leave, but kind of also did. So, like, I'm gonna try and make purple. I don't have purple, big sad. But we will attempt.
To make it.
I'll attempt a purple, but just adding
like how
red.
All the colors of the rainbow are there. And then you have brown, black, and white, and you don't have purple. Like, what the...
Yeah, right? Like, why are you giving me 2 browns when you could just give me 1? And I'll just do the... Just give me 1, please. And then I can have purple. I mean, this is like the smallest set of that brand, so that's why.
So maybe, yeah.
I was a cheapskate and was like, you know, let me see if I even like this brand, you know. So I do like it. I haven't used it much, which is why I put it in the box so that I could use it more. And I was like, I don't know what to draw. I don't have any commissions at the moment going on. So I'm kind of aimless.
McDonald's made a new sauce.
Again? Why?
It's limited edition, but it's their version of a Big Mac sauce, I think. No, it's not. Wait. It's soy sauce, chili, and Alec? Okay.
Interesting. Very ADHD segue of you.
I don't know, bro.
Yeah, so I was just...
I'm hungry, bro.
it shows. It shows. Yeah, I was just testing these pencils out. Like, I like to draw little stars on the test paper because they don't take too long. They don't take much thought either. And I'm like, I don't feel like starting a whole week-long project. I have so many, wouldn't know what to do. And also I'm procrastinating. I'm working on, like, updating my commission sheet. I have all the prices and stuff and the examples, but now I have to, like, put it together all nice and neat. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that. I'm procrastinating. It's due next week. So what me and Jello Sketch and Lindsay do is we have, like, we set deadlines for each other. Like, oh, we should all work on our commissions, and we will have to, like, present it to each other like a class by X dates. And I think it's very helpful for me to have, like, a deadline and have people hold me accountable. So that's what we do. So it's due next week to have it all, like, finalized. And I'm like, ugh, I've been doing everything but. Really yesterday I'm like, okay, today's the day I work on the commission sheet. I did every chore but that. Did the dishes, folded all the laundry, did more laundry, did other art, started working on D&D animatics. Like, when I procrastinate, it's at least it's in a productive way. So there's that at least. I need to read more books, to be honest. Unrelated note. I like cleaned the apartment, found a bunch of bookmarks. So that was good. Found the magnets. We were missing a bunch of magnets from the move. Like, there's just a bunch of stuff we've never gotten around to unpacking. So I found all the magnets. The fridge has too many magnets now. They're all, like, travel magnets, like Buckingham Palace and whatever. From, like, Christian's parents, whenever they travel, they'll bring back magnets. There's, like, 5 of the exact same Buckingham Palace magnets that they've gotten every single time they've gone to Buckingham Palace. And I'm like, can you please just get something different? Like, thank you for the magnets, but we don't need 5 of the exact same one. I think, you know? Like, I appreciate it, but, like, did you forget that you got this? Or, yeah, I don't know. Just me being like, oh well. Wanted me to add white, right? I'll get to that eventually. I need to add more of this lighter blue. It's missing. I'm missing some.
Oh, imagine if that was watercolor. That would be so pretty.
Yeah, right? I'm sure I have, like, watercolor pencils somewhere, maybe, potentially. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to find them. So, I have, like, a lot of the art supplies that I've just collected and hoarded over the years. But good luck finding it, because it's very much, I know I have it. I just don't know where. I have it somewhere. So the nice thing about these streams is that I have to do more traditional because I'm just not set up really. I mean, I could probably do Clip Studio Paint on my computer, but my computer is also kind of janky as hell, and I don't like drawing on it anymore. So I kind of have, at least, like, I'd work on the iPod and Procreate a lot. So it's just a nice change of pace, to be honest, to do traditional, because I don't do as much traditional now as I used to in school. So there's that. Ugh, I've also been procrastinating prepping for D&D, so that's another thing I need to work on. So I know at least you're busy Monday, so I'm probably going to do a one-on-one session with Leon, just so it's even, so both of you have, like, a one-on-one session, right? So
they haven't had that, right?
They have not. No, I have not.
Yeah, you should do one with them.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do. Like, where, like, I have a rough idea of their character, but, like, where do I place them? How do I get them to XYZ goal, you know? So, because the goal for the session where you both are there is having you guys meet up. And, like, get the characters get the band together. How'd you guys first meet, you know? It's not gonna be a tavern, mark my words and mark them well. Like, tavern's classic, But, like, it's getting a little overused at this point. So, there's something to be said for starting your players out in combat. That said, I think I need to learn how Barbarian works better, because I was honestly, if I might pull back the screen a bit, just winging it with you. Like, yeah, I think that's how that works. Maybe. So, I don't know, I'll have to talk to, like, some of my friends who play D&D and have played Barbarian, be like, hey, so what does this mean? Because it's one of the classes I haven't played, to be honest. I haven't played a lot of the martial classes either. So I haven't played Fighter, I haven't played Monk. They look really fun to play. I haven't played them yet.
Oh, Avatar comes tomorrow.
Oh, is it coming out tomorrow? Interesting.
Yeah, apparently they're gonna release 10 episodes.
Oh, so they're not doing the weekly thing.
Nope.
Bizarre.
They're releasing all 10.
That's bizarre.
So we're assuming that it's only gonna be 10 episodes and they wasted our time. So we're assuming. No one's happy right now.
That's what I've gotten from all this, to be honest. I don't like that way. Right?
No one's happy, so I legit
No one's ever happy.
I was like, okay, it's not gonna be good, but at least The Rookie released their 6th season yesterday, so I can just, subscribe back to Hulu and watch my first responder shows and then be happy. So
Yeah, at this point, a lot of people are just pirating. Like, frick it, they don't even care anymore. It's too expensive. There, is that star enough for you now that it's got the white?
it's so cute.
I gotta do more. I just want to fill the page with stars. It's gonna be probably a short stream today. Yeah, I don't like the white that I put in here, so we're gonna cover it up with more blue. What's gonna be a pain is working all over the piece without smudging. But it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. We'll be fine. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. Yeah, there's this a lot of, honestly, I should maybe have played all the classes for D&D before I started DMing, but like there's only so long I can like postpone and procrastinate running a game. Like I've always wanted to do DMing, but I've always been a little bit scared, a little bit frightened, just scary. And I'm like, frig it, we're just gonna do it. So, and learn as we go. So there are some, like I have some character ideas for like if I were to do a monk or a fighter. Very loosey-goosey ideas, to be honest. Nothing like.
If I did a monk, I would do something from Avatar.
Of course you would do something from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Why wouldn't you? Let me guess, you're gonna do a Genasi too while we're at it? The Genasi are, I don't know if you remember, they're like the genie people that are like based on different elements.
Oh my god. Why do I have a runny nose all of a sudden?
Aren't you feeling under the weather? That's probably why.
But, oh no.
It always sucks being under the weather, to be honest.
My dad's on a trip. I don't know where. Don't ask.
I didn't intend to, because I don't want to dox your dad on stream.
I'm assuming it was for work, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because he usually does that. He'll go for work.
Makes sense, makes sense. I haven't been on a travel in a bit, or a trip in a bit. I think last trip, quote unquote, was Christian and me went to MegaCon in Orlando. So, for any new viewers, I am a Miami-based artist at the moment. So, yeah. It's like not like traveling out of state or anything crazy. Yeah. I don't know if we're doing any like big trips this year. Well, besides, hopefully, I do wish to do a road trip to Wisconsin and Illinois in October, but we'll see if that happens. I do need to talk to your dad about the train. I'm surprised that a train would be cheaper than an actual road trip, but we'll see. Maybe he knows some secret technique I have no idea of. You know, could always be. I do really like trains, chat. I might have said it before, but I'm very much. But if there's two autistics in the world, them being train autistic and car autistic, I'm very much the train autistic. Unlike my boyfriend, who's very much decidedly the car autistic. The man is obsessed with cars. I know too much about Formula One because of this man. That I would normally never bloody know, but because of this man, I know a lot about Formula One. Which isn't a bad thing, I guess.
So if I put you in a game that's a car racing game, you would know?
Probably, maybe. I mean, he has a racing game. He has Gran Turismo, and he's tried to get me to play it. I'm not the biggest fan. I mean, it's alright. It's kind of fun-ish. Maybe. Like, I've played, the track I've maybe played the most is, what is it, Daytona in a go-kart? Because I really like go-karts. They're fun. But I'm not really a car person. I'm decidedly a train person. Trains are superior and better. Fight me. So, I'm just sad we don't have more of them. Or at more affordable prices, to be honest. So, they're starting some trains in Florida, like the Bright Line, but like... Chat, we had trains. We had a train that went all the way from Key West to New York in the 1800s. And then when a hurricane blew a bit of it away because they constructed it rather shoddily, they're like, "Oh, we give up." Come on. You could have just fixed it, maintained it. We could be taking train trips to New York, but no. No, trains are overrated and cars are clearly better, said the gas companies. Cringe. Cringe. You can tell I'm very passionate about this. Yeah. Now we're doing the opposite. We're starting with yellow in the inside and then going outwards with red. Thank you. So on the bright side, we've been having really good weather, right? With like it stormed really badly that one weekend, but then it's really cold now. That's the nice thing about Florida is if it rains around this time of year, like a lot, you can bet that there's gonna be a cold front coming, and I have been living for the cold fronts. I love the cloaks. It's cloak weather. We just need to get you a good cloak, that's all. Then you'll love the weather. So at the Ren Fair, we'll just get you a good cloak. So, especially for if we're doing the road trip up north, you'll need a good cloak. Also, buy a sleeping bag. Get a warm sleeping bag, my guy.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, I need to find mine, to be honest. I have one somewhere, but I only have one. I don't... Yeah, but maybe online or even. Because,
Maybe, yeah.
you need to make sure it's like the one that's for colder weather. Especially if you get cold.
Weatherproof.
Well, yeah, weatherproof, but like can handle like little, like get one for the snow. Like the ones that can handle like 30, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, or yeah. There's not gonna be snow, but for your Miami ass, you're gonna need one.
A 0-degree winter sleeping bag.
Or at least the cooler fall weather, because it is gonna be fall when we visit up there. Have you ever been to the place with fall? Camilla, have you seen the leaves change? If you don't know, that's
I have
probably no. Hmm?
I have no idea whatsoever.
Well, it'll be your first fall. I remember the first time I saw fall. Like, I knew in principle what fall was, but I'm like, why are all the leaves dying? It's all dying. What's wrong? But also, it was really pretty. Like, ooh, so this is the magic that is fall. Ooh. Same with snow. The first time I saw snow, I was like, is there like a fire or something nearby? What's all this white shit falling from the sky? It's gotta be ash, right? And then, I'm like, I don't smell a fire. Well, because that's the only, like, thing that I kind of know that's, like, stuff falling from the sky that is white or gray is ash. So I'm like, is it ash? And some lady's like, no, it's fucking snow. And I'm like, oh, so this is what snow is. Okay. Have you seen snow, Camilla?
The first time I really saw snow was in Washington for a middle school trip,
Ooh.
Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
But in Russia, I grew up with the snow.
Okay. Do you remember
I just
that?
don't remember it.
I see. You know, my freshman year roommate was also, like, from Russia, like, adopted and didn't remember it. So, now that I think about it, it's like, huh. Then again, you're way nicer than them, so. Infinitely nicer. Good God, that freshman year roommates, those roommates were, I have tales to tell. Those were something else. And the thing is, Rafa didn't know any better. Like, oh, this is just what college is like, right? Insanity? Okay. Surely, right? Didn't know any better.
Wait, there's a hurricane coming over? What?
There's a hurricane? What? It's the first I'm hearing about it.
Colorful new hurricane cone of uncertainty is coming to Florida.
Yeah, but is it gonna be anything, like, worth writing home about? Like, or is this purple? No, it's like a blue.
It's gonna hit us.
Yeah, like, is it gonna be tropical storm hitting us, or, like, actual hurricane gonna hit us?
It's actually gonna hit us.
Like, what category is it gonna be? That's what my question is. Like, if it's, like, anything under a category 4, we can sleep that one off. Like, bro, I'm still going to work. Probably.
Wait, I don't get it. What are they talking about? Oh, are we getting hit, or what's happening? They're, like, mentioning different things, and I'm from past and present, and I'm just
Look up the name. What's the name? That's gonna tell you, and then you can Google the name. Fun fact I've heard. I thought I've heard.
Apparently.
Yeah?
Next time we have a hurricane in 2024 of August, it's gonna be bigger.
Okay. I was gonna say, it's not hurricane season yet. I don't... Eh?
It's gonna be in the mix, from what they're predicting, a mix of hurricane and tropical storm. And it's gonna be a warning.
Oh, well, that's nothing. That's something to sleep on then. Like, be prepared, Obvi, but like... Chat, you gotta understand, us Floridians...
Hold up.
What? Is it worse?
No, we're not even in June, and they're already announcing stuff for August. What the fuck?
So, like, I wouldn't worry about it too much then. Like, always be prepared. Always have, like, your food and stuff and your rations. Be prepared, good God. But, like, if you're prepared... Us Floridians are like, yeah, it's like tropical storm. Don't even worry about it. Like 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, you maybe start to get a little worried. Anything above a 5, yeah, maybe you actually like pay attention and like, oh, that one's a threat. But I don't think we've had a 7 in a long time. Not since I was a kid, anyways. There's like 2 that were like really big ones. But I don't think they're all that bad. Or no, they were that bad. But like after that, we've never really had bad ones. So I'm not sure. We'll see. I mean, they did force the guy to. So in Brickell, chat. There's a place in Miami called Brickell. It's next to downtown. It's like the new downtown that's all high-rises and up and coming. There was one little patch of Brickell that has this little guy and his little tiny house that's been there since before the Brickle was a Brickle. And he's refused to sell the house. And he excavated his backyard and he found like an archaeological well that the Native Americans used to use back in the day. And he found like artifacts. It was like a settlement. And it's like, he named it like the Mystical Well of Dreams or something. It's like a mystical well. I got to visit it once when I was a kid. It's literally just in some guy's backyard, surrounded by skyscrapers. So one of the stories is some person had a dream when they visited and said, hey, can I put these crystals and this statue next to it? I had a dream that if I do this, we won't get a direct hit in Miami, as long as this thing is next to this well. And the guy's like, sure, I guess, like, whatever, okay. Just, I don't really care one way or the other. So they did, and we haven't had a direct hit in Miami of any seriously big storm since then, so maybe it works. However, recently, the government, or someone in the government, or some person in like taxes, I forget, was like, this guy, he's not on his lease. He's on his mom's lease. His mom doesn't live there. We can charge him bigger taxes. And they did, and he can't afford it because it's freaking it's in the middle of downtown with high rises. You can't afford a plot of land like that. So he was forced to sell his house for, I mean, it's a couple million, but they basically forced him to sell his house to like the highest bidder. So they're probably gonna tear down the house, and they're probably gonna build on top of the well and destroy it, because of course they do. So, but that'll disturb the mystical well that protects Miami from hurricanes, so expect to see more terrible hurricanes in the future. Of course,
all hell will break loose.
except, I mean, this is also just like like a local mythology type thing, so like whether or not it actually does that, who can say? But it might.
We won't know until we get struck.
We won't know until they tear it down. So far, it's still there. It's next to like a 7-Eleven. At least I think. I haven't seen any high-rise being built, or I haven't seen the house being torn down, because you can see it from like the train. I'll point it out next time we go on the train together. Be like, oh, that's the mystical well. Hopefully people will try and protect it, but I don't know. They'll probably try and be like, that's not a well, it's just a hole in the ground with some water. The guy made it up. So, well, I mean, despite like that is an area that's been known to have like it's of archaeological significance. There's like a circle, like a Native American, they call it the Indian Circle, and it's from, I forget the name of the tribe that used to be here, like back in the day, but it was like an archaeological site of like their village. So I think it's under, like they built the building on top of it so you could still see it, or it's next to a building and they can't build on it. I don't remember which it was, so we'll see. We shall see indeed. But yeah, that's some fun Miami facts. I know way too many facts, to be honest. My mom was a tour guide for a bit, so if you want fun Miami facts, I got you. Camilla, what's your favorite thing about living in Miami?
I don't like Miami.
Damn. I was trying to be nice.
I still want to go to South Korea, man.
I was trying to be nice to Miami, giving it a shot. Damn. I could always count on you, to be honest. I mean, you're not wrong, but like, Jesus, not even a little?
Not even a little, bro. I hate this area.
What,
so
not
much.
even like the nature or the food?
Nope.
You don't like
Nope.
the nature? Cringe. I like the nature.
Nope.
What?
I want to see cherry blossoms, my dude.
Bruh. Well, you're gonna hate my D&D game, because it is all Miami nature. Like Florida nature. So that's gonna be fun.
At least I know how to react to the
That's,
nature.
well, we'll see, but that's true. I'm gonna put some really fun stuff into our game. Teehee, evil GM laugh. So, you'll be fine? Question mark? It'll be fine. Honestly, for me, it'll be a game of Don't kill the player characters. Don't kill the player characters. Don't kill it, especially your pets. Good God, that's gonna be. It's gonna be hard. Why did I give you pets? I'm gonna try not to kill them. I'll be honest. I'll be nice. I'll do my best. Just don't be dumb with them. Like, don't hurl your cat into, like, a volcano and expect me to, like, yeah, it's fine, it's alive, uh-huh.
Cat! How can you say that about my cat?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Don't be dumb with it. Don't do anything terribly risky. And you'll be probably fine. Maybe. Probably. Maybe. I'm definitely gonna have to spray fix this piece too. Good God. Because otherwise it'll smudge. So spray fixative is a thing that you mix. We need to, not mix. It's. I have some here. I have workable fixative. It's this stuff. This stuff. You spray it on a piece after it's done, and it's like a protective varnish.
I love that. I love that spray.
Oh yeah, no, it's really good.
I used it for all my college pieces that I liked for a class.
Yeah.
I only took one class, but you could see that I did so well. And I don't know if you. I think I posted it on my. I don't know if I posted it on my Tumblr or my Twitter, but you can see. You'll be able to see all the art that I did for that.
You're
class.
on Tumblr too?
And it was nice. And then I got upset when they introduced painting, and I said, "Fuck you."
You really don't like painting, huh?
I do my own thing. You tell me to paint something, and I will get upset. And they tried making us paint fucking fruit, bruh.
Well, that's how you learn the basics. You gotta learn the basics.
I don't want the basics.
Well, you can't just skip ahead to the advanced shit, or else you're.
I want an acrylic pour and pattern.
So you like the abstract stuff.
If I like what?
The abstract kind of art.
I guess so, because I don't like making realistic things like that unless I'm doing digital.
Well, even digital, you need to have a foundation to be able to do the.
Yeah, but it's
stuff.
easier to do it on digital than.
But yeah, well then paint fruits digitally. That's my challenge to you.
What?
You want
No.
If you want to ever improve, you gotta paint fruit.
No.
That's the sacrifice.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's true. Or like a still life.
I fucking hate still life. That's all
I did too once upon a time, but even I learned like I'm not gonna get good unless I draw from life.
If I do a still life,
You can set your own. You could do like
I'm doing the spine covers of the Percy Jackson books.
I do like you have like Funko Pops. Do a still life of your Funko Pops. No?
Bro, how the fuck do I make? I don't know.
I'll help you set up a still life.
Thank you. Maybe
The trick
one
is
day I'll be able to do Bach though.
the trick is to do stuff that you kind of are interested in. So like for me, I remember the first still life I actually liked to draw. I had like a dagger and jewelry and shiny things and like fabric of a pattern that I liked, so like it looked like a wizard's workshop. That was fun. But if it's like PVC pipe and like a basket and modern like a typewriter, then it's really boring. And like pine cones. I was like, eh.
They also forced us in class to use super specific materials.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Learn the basics.
And while I liked certain materials, it
Oh.
was really difficult because what they made us get was super thin and fragile to use for charcoal.
Oh, that makes sense. It's to make sure that you learn like how to go easy, because a lot of people start out being really heavy-handed, and you want to start off going light. Like for me, I'm doing really light right now, and I'm just layering. But if I went really hard, I wouldn't be able to layer. You know what I mean?
That's missing something.
I'm not done yet. Good.
I know, but I don't know. Something's missing. I think the
area.
background is pissing me off.
There's no background, Camilla. That's the problem.
I know.
I'm gonna fill it in.
The paper is upsetting me. There's no texture or color.
There's no color. No shit, it's black. Like, duh. Pardon? What? What did you say?
I said something's missing. Fix it.
I'm working on it. Working on it. Goodness. Damn. Everyone's a critic, huh? Like, bruh, you do better. Then you do it. I mean, you are a really good writer. So like, what is it? There's always like the friend duo where it's like the illustrator, the author, and then the writer. Like I do a little bit of writing. It's mostly up here, and I haven't put it on paper because you know how it be.
The one time I did my Wattpad fanfiction for the Avatar: Last Airbender Rising Guardian was because that has been in my head for a year and a half, and I've been writing it in my head this entire time. And then I was like, screw it, let's put it on paper. And then I lost interest. And then I was like, oh.
I probably should write stuff on paper. A lot of it's just D&D stuff, though. Like, not even from a fandom people care about. So, but I guess it's just, you know what? Don't do it for other people. Just do it for myself, right? That's how I do my art for now. Like, if people like it and want to pay me money to do it, then yay. But it always
I'll
is.
pay you money to draw The Last of Us.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. My commission sheet is almost done, so you can look at my prices. Like, I'll draw literally anything. You just gotta pay me. Yeah, I do mean anything.
Oh, also for your little to-do box.
You want to have a new suggestion? Yeah, I'm listening. What's up? Hello? Hello? We lost them. No, we lost Camilla. Ah! Okay. Okay, let me set a timer for 6:15. While Camilla's trying to come back, let me set a timer for something. No, you don't get to know what it's for. It's a secret. Hello, you're back. Nope, you're not back. There you are. Now you're here. What happened? Where'd you go?
I don't know. It just kicked me out.
It just didn't like whatever you were gonna suggest. It was like, no. What were you gonna suggest?
I was gonna say that most of the art to-do box, in case anyone in the stream was wondering, for our viewers now and future viewers, if they like to go back and look at old videos and streams, that what I have the to-do box that I gave was not just things that, they wanted to work on, but also things to get them out of their comfort zone.
That's true.
So using different mediums, different papers, different art styles. I remember specifically putting a paper in there that was to do, and it was a 30-day thing. It was like cute little 30-day thing, take some time with it type style, where every day they would do a different art style of whatever character that they wanted to do. Like if they wanted to do their D&D character, they can just do it in different art styles based on the TV show or whatever.
You'd have to
easy to get online as well. Like you can just search up 30-day art challenge.
You'll have to give me. I'm counting on you since you made the suggestion. You're gonna have to give me a list of 30 different styles.
Yeah.
That's your homework.
Sure, I'll definitely. Like if you ever pull that out,
I'll probably just do it all in one day. Not gonna lie, or like over maybe like 2 or 3 streams.
People have done it in one day. They can definitely do it in a sitting or two.
Yeah.
And it's cool because not only do you practice different art styles, but you're also, you have different views of your character of how they would look like.
Exactly.
It's really cool because I wish I had that, where I had different styles of character, like Minecraft style, and then Winx Club style, and then SpongeBob style. Like it's
Yeah.
nice to have different perspectives of how the character would look like
Oh, for
on
sure.
different
It's also
shows.
really helpful, apparently, if you're going into animation, or I'm not, but if you are, they recommend you have to be able to draw any freaking style. Just because
That's true.
you have to follow the
That's
style guide. So it's like, I guess I
that's
gotta.
true.
Like, I don't foresee myself being in animation. I've never gone to school for animation. It's more like a casual hobby at this point that I indulge in, like little animatics here and there. Um, that I just like, especially the D&D animatics, because I have these little films in my head. I gotta get them out. But I have been casually looking into animation, and the biggest thing they're like, you have to be able to draw the different styles. So that'd be a good challenge. I don't foresee myself doing animation, but you never know. Although right now, it is hell to get into the industry. If you didn't go to school for it, good frickin' McLuck. Unless you make your own studio.
Yeah, I mean, I also have papers that are like, do this character from like a specific style that, because, every show and movie has their own style. So
It's
obviously
true.
I'm going to be like, do this character or use this medium or do this,
Yeah.
like incorporate this into it or redraw a certain character or whatever. So,
Yeah. Makes sense.
little things. And then obviously whatever else didn't get added, you'd be able to add, and then that box will slowly become more and more empty.
Yeah, well, you're bold of you to assume I'm not constantly filling it with new ideas.
Stop it.
Like, it gets, like, I added, like, after you gave me the box, because you didn't do everything on the list that I gave you. I'm like, I gotta do it myself, so I've added a bunch, and then I'll have ideas, and, like, it goes in the box.
I did a mixture, I did a huge mixture of stuff.
So.
And then I was like, I'll let her add whatever else she wants to add, and hopefully,
For sure,
because if anything, you pick a colored one, and then you pick one of your own the next day, and then...
I just, honestly, not gonna lie, I will pick one and be like, oh, that doesn't work for today, throw it back in, pick something else,
Yeah, that's true. A lot of the things I put in, or you have put in, probably don't work for, like, a specific day,
because some of them
depending.
are, like, a week-long project. Like,
Yeah, some of them are...
Like, design a washi tape series. That is gonna take at least a week, and is not really a stream thing. I mean, unless you guys want to see my, like, art process of, like, how I designed that. Alright, I'll think about it. I think about it. Gotta get back into that habit, then, of, like, actually doing that.
I'm so glad I didn't have a work day where you were streaming, because I like doing these little chat
Yeah, it's always fun having friends on to chat. So, to any of my friends who view, if you just want to talk to me on stream randomly, like, you are more than welcome to. So just message me, like, hey, can I talk to you while you're on stream? Yeah. So I just know that you and sometimes Leon are usually available or free-ish or chill with that.
Pronouns, I forgot.
He, they, I think.
Okay.
Um,
I've been using they a lot.
They is always safe, to be honest. Like, that's my pronouns, to be honest. Like, if people...
I feel like they, them, like... There's times when people be like, oh yeah, my pronoun is this, and then we think that they're still using those pronouns and say
I know I've changed it, yeah.
It's not that pronoun again, but I have too much anxiety to tell you.
Yeah, I don't really bother correcting people, because, like, either people forget, or they're just not gonna care. It's not worth my effort to, like, correct people constantly. Like, either you get it or you don't. Whatever. You know? So, like, if people want to say whatever they want, I'm like, whatever. It's whatever. Like, I got better things to do than correct people. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. My brain kind of auto-corrects whatever people say anyways. Like, I get a lot of times ma'amed at work, like, thank you, ma'am, or that's good, ma'am. Like, my brain just auto-corrects it to man, and so it goes from M-A-M to M-A-N, and then we're just chilling. You know? I don't care all that much. Like I do, but I don't. Like I know what I am, and if people are gonna not do, like follow the guidelines, I can't freaking stop them. And sometimes people generally forget, and that's chill. I'm not gonna be like, oh, how dare you have slighted me by using the wrong pronouns. You're going to jail for 1,000 years. Like I don't care. I'm not gonna care. Like it'd be nice if you used the right ones, but like people are people and people do what they want. It's not my job to fix the correct things, you know?
That's true, yep.
So, I mean, now don't be like certain family members who are like, are you still confused and non-binary? Like, yes, Grandma, I'm still confused. Still confused, still they, them. Anyways, how's your knitting? You know, like, just change the subject. That's what I do. Just ignore. I know they don't mean anything mean or malicious by it when they do that.
Right.
I'd like to think I'm pretty patient in that regard. I used to not be. I used to be like really like, actually it's this and this, and pretty combative about it, but I think I've mellowed out since then. So. We shall see. What are yours, by the way? She, her, right?
Yeah. When I'm in cosplay, they, them, she, her, he, him, because I'm actually in cosplay, I will act like the personality.
That's fair. Very, very method acting then.
Until, like, either gay panic or fandom panic, and...
It's looking interesting. It's getting the vibes. Now
Is that purple from the other star gonna wrap around the yellow?
I don't know. That's a great question. I should probably do something with that. Like here?
Yeah.
Just blend it out, to be honest. Now I need to put like a star here and then like another one here.
I like little stars now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the center color should be if it radiates out. Give me a color. Color.
Orange.
Orange? Okay. Let's see. I haven't started with orange. That'll be interesting. Whoa. Whoa. What are you laughing at?
You legit were like, give me a color, and I'm just like, oh.
Panicking, just spluttering.
I almost said green, bruh.
That could work too. There's nothing wrong with green.
You don't even have pink, and that upset me so much. I was gonna say pink.
I could probably try and make pink. I mean, it's kind of pinkish here. But yeah, I don't have magenta. I probably should add to this thingy. We do yellow on the outside. Yeah, even with the basics, sometimes a limited color palette, it just helps, or just good, you know? It's a nice challenge.
Challenge.
Yeah, exactly. It's a really good challenge to have limited color palette.
Challenge to just use, like, all red or all green.
Yeah, like that monochrome type thing.
You could use one specific color, but you could use anything. You could use paint. I should also give you. I should have added the challenge of.
Here, we can do that now.
Like, use markers, paint, and.
All right, we can update the challenges. I have like a bunch of like loose papers to make challenges. Give me some challenges. We'll write them down right now. Chat, don't fucking make fun of my handwriting. Or do, I don't care. Like.
Use a green color palette.
Green color palette. All right. Any other ones?
Use.
Also, chat, if y'all have suggestions ever of like, hey, add something to the box, just let me know, and I'll be happy to add it to the box.
Sure.
That goes for forward, future streams. Or if you're in my YouTube channel looking back at a past stream, drop it in the comments. Eventually, one day, I might see it.
That's true. How about
Mm-hmm.
use like the ink drop method thing?
Ink drop method thing.
Yeah, like I believe it's ink dropped in this specific material. It's kind of like acrylic paint, but it's ink. It's like ink.
Sure.
I have to find what the actual.
Yeah, for now I'll put it in there. I'm sure when I draw it out, I'll know what it means. Any other challenges?
How about
You wanted to do specific mediums, right? Give me some mediums to do, like maybe 3 different ones.
let's do watercolor pencil mixed with
With?
chalk,
I don't know if I have chalk.
or we could do charcoal pencil
Charcoal pencil? That's gonna be interesting.
and maybe like gouache or one of those fancy paints.
Fancy paint. Gosh, I get it. Alright, give me 3 separate ones.
Like separate mediums.
Yeah, I also added washi tape collage because I haven't really done one of those.
Glass.
Glass. I do a fake glass, or like a faux glass that I can do like stained glass on.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's see what else. Marble.
Marble? Like marbling?
Yeah.
Drawing. And one more.
Let's do hot wax.
Hot wax. Interesting. We'll see what we can do with that. And yeah, if you or any of my friends or chat, if you're like, I want Rafa to do this, let me know. Okay. Yeah, it has been added.
Yeah. Hot wax is gonna be fun. We may have to go to
Like a specialty store for that? Yeah. There used to be an art store here that was amazing that sold like wax melt, but they are no more. COVID killed them. Big sad. They were the best one. Rest in peace, Artisan Craftsman, or whatever it was called. They cat too. I should still have like some wax from, like I used to do like a pen pal letter thing. So I still have wax from like the wax melt, like the seals. I love wax seals so freaking much. So, green. What's next to green? Blue. Okay. We're just gonna like start blending out all the colors. It's gonna be interesting, especially when all the stars like connect and filling in that negative space. Stars are just so soothing and relaxing to draw, to be honest. They're so simple. I need to blend this out better. The purple, it needs to be blended better. More green. Okay, more blue. And a more deeper blue. And more green. The green kind of looks like yellow. It's interesting. And it blends with the yellow. Should be more yellow.
That would look so pretty if it was watercolor.
It's not watercolor though. I don't know if I could achieve the same effect with watercolor. I mean, I could try. I like this because like it sort of blends into each other all nice. Maybe with watercolor pencil it'd be tricky, but maybe doable.
Maybe I feel like it'll look ugly in watercolor pencil, but once you put water on it, it'll look better.
That depends. It'd be tricky because maybe with the core watercolor I have, because they do not become muddy even if you want them to become mud. They stay bright and nice the whole time. But a lot of watercolor, if you do like the wrong colors, it will just turn into mud. Or not, we don't always want that. Sometimes you do. I don't know. Depends on the piece. Put more orange in. Yeah. Here it's getting very overworked. I can't do the blending as much anymore. Let's put in some white, because white's just gonna be the sauce. Yeah. Okay, blue, more blue, always more blue. I love blue. Although purple I think is right now my favorite color. What's your favorite color? I forget.
Me? Yeah. Oh, I like burgundy and blue, purple, gold is nice, different types of greens.
Okay.
Sage green is pretty.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or like a succulent color type green as well.
Do you like succulents?
They're cute.
Hard to kill too, which is nice. Ah, frick, I need to water my plants. Speaking of plants, did you hear that you can pre-order now a glow-in-the-dark plant? It's specifically a petunia. And it like straight up glows in the dark. You don't need to give it any fancy food or soil or water or whatever. I think that's just so neat. Like you could just have a glow-in-the-dark plant.
Not fair. Where did you hear this from? That sounds weird.
It's not. It's true. I mean, they genetically modified it a bit, but it seems really neat. I mean, obviously don't plant it in your garden. It's strictly houseplant. But yeah, no. Also,
that'd be cool if you can plant it in your house,
Well,
and
you
then it's nighttime, and
you
they just
don't.
go away.
Yes, but also I don't know if you'd want to do that because you don't want it to spread to the local plants. Though I think they said something about picking petunia because it shouldn't do that because it's not like native, so there's not many of them outside.
So what's the worst that can happen? The rest of the plants glow?
Yeah, it could like mess with the genetics or something, but it's still cool.
I'm down for that. Let's.
No, have you seen Jurassic Park? There's a reason we restrict that shit.
Well, I have never seen any Jurassic Park movie or read.
Oh well, that's why you have such a take. Also, like the thing with genetically modified is it's copyrighted, so it can like a lot of big problems like farmers is if someone accidentally or purposefully like puts genetically modified like say wheat or corn. If you have normal corn that's like you've cultivated that corn for generations and then they find genetically modified corn in your field mixing with your corn, you have to destroy your whole crop or start paying like a royalty fee to the company that owns the genetically modified corn. And like it's ruined farmers, you know. So, because they're like, teehee. Also, a lot of the genetically modified plants, they cannot like reproduce without a special seed. So the farmers have to pay the company to buy the seeds. They can't make their own seeds. And it's just kind of cringe. You know?
Okay. Damn.
So like there's really cool and good things about it. There's also kind of cringe things about it, you know? Everything has a cost. I really like how this little Stark turned out because he's not like all the colors, he's just a few. It's like limited.
Nice.
Yeah. So that I thought was cool. Another thing that I heard that was cool, I don't remember the plant's name. I think it was like telegram, something plant, but apparently they can see. They don't have eyeballs, but they have.
That's creepy.
They have like a optic nerve or optic cells in their in the leaves in the cells. Because the thing is, this plant, what it does is it copies the other plants nearby it. So it'll copy the leaf shape, the color, how it looks. It'll copy the other plants. Be like, I'm gonna look like you now. Like, where's a disguise? And they didn't know how it did that. They thought maybe through its roots, it's stealing its like their genetics and reading the genetic code and copying it through that. Then they put it in a room with a bunch of fake plants where there's no way fake plastic plants don't have genetic code to copy. And it still copied them. So they think it must be able to see the other plants because it did have like some funky cells. So, but that means that most plants potentially have the capacity to see to some degree, which makes sense. Like they take in light. Why wouldn't they?
Right.
So
that plant sounds creepy. I'm sorry. I don't trust it like an alien.
Are you creepy? You can see. You have peepers. I don't call you creepy for having eyeballs. It's kind of mean. That's mean. Are you creepy because you have eyeballs? No.
At least I don't like shapeshift or that actually would be cool.
Yeah, it would be cool, but like, what are you gonna shapeshift into? Just other people.
I don't know. What a good way of surviving the apocalypse, just shapeshifting.
Maybe. Well, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Would it be shapeshifting?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Like invisibility, super strength, flying.
If I could, I would have a mixture of Superman's powers.
Oh, that's just OP. Dang.
With the flash clap power, but it'll be like you either use one or the other.
Okay.
So like, for example, Superman has his lasers, his ice, and his flying.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm flying, I can't use anything else.
Makes sense.
And if I'm using ice, I can't use my lasers. If I'm using speed, I can't, use my strength and whatever not.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I probably would choose like change, like being able to change things. Just
like
change.
A changeling? Or
no, not like changeling, like just if it has the word change in it, like change, like a situation, or like maybe change the air pressure, change the heat, change how I look. What, like if it, you could use change in a sentence, I could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the vibes for me. Because then you could do almost anything. You just gotta change your circumstances, right?
Yeah.
Just to fly is to change. You could change gravity, and then you can fly, or change the air pressure, or wind speed, or whatever. And then you can do anything. You just need to know how change. Like you just need to know basic cause and effect. If I do X, then this will happen. So, but it involves a lot of thinking. So that's the one downside. Like it's not a turn your brain off, don't think type of power. And you have to be very cognizant of cause and effect, which is maybe not something I'm so good at. But hey, that's part of the challenge, right? You have to learn and grow as a person. Okay, we're almost getting there. We're just coloring the whole page in at this point. Do you at least like the food in Miami? I know you said you didn't like much about Miami, but some of the food's pretty lit.
Okay, I just don't go out or go to restaurants and stuff like that.
That's fair. That's fair. It's kind of expensive to do that. Also, no, especially you, poor thing. You don't even have time. Pobrecita.
I can't do shit anymore, bro.
It sucks. It really does suck. Okay, well this side's done-ish. I think I need to work more on this. I don't like how the black's poking through. Like, I love how glowing this little star is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Nope. There we are. Better. It's better. I need a maul stick, to be honest. Maul stick is like big long stick with round thing at the end that you just kind of prop your hand on. Do I not have something long and stick shape? Like, good grief. It's too long. Big ruler, maybe? Where the frick did I put my T-square? Ugh. The artist's dilemma. Where's my stuff? I don't know. I could use a ruler, actually. I'll do that. Nope, too flimsy. Too floppy. Oh well. Where's a medium-sized stick when you need one? Goodness. Did I make one? 1 second. 1 sec, I'll be right back. Camilla, you entertain the chat.
Oh, I get to entertain chat. Ooh, okay. Comment your favorite fandom, or if you are a future viewer, comment a fandom that you were in and you left. I think that's a good question. Not her wearing her little cloak. My favorite fandom is The Last of Us and Avatar: Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. A fandom I left, even though Black Butler is coming out with their new season, I did leave the Black Butler fandom.
Alright, I'm back. I have a T-square.
Oh, hi.
We'll see if that can work.
We're talking about fandoms.
Uh-oh. Don't be too dramatic.
For the future viewers, what's a fandom you left? And what's a fandom you just joined?
I never really was in fandoms. I would just like a show. Because a lot of the times the shows I liked, the fandom had been dead for 10 years. Because I was playing pretty much all of high school catching up. So it was like, oh yeah, Full Metal Alchemist that had been out like 10 years before or so.
That's true. That's
And
true.
so, like, there was no fandom for me to interact with. It's only now that I'm mostly catching up that there even is phantoms of things I like. And they all can be kind of toxic, too. So I just am like, oh, you like this thing? I like this thing. That's it.
Is BL manga a fandom? Would you reckon?
I think that's more genre.
Yeah, but like what if, bro?
That's like calling horror a fandom. Like, I guess, maybe.
Fandom because they're horror movies and stuff.
Maybe?
But it is more.
It's more like
it
a
is
genre.
More genre. That's right.
That's a genre, my guy.
I'm watching this BL K-drama.
As long as you keep it PG in my chat. Or like PG 17, 14, I don't know.
And if you guys don't know, it's boy love, obviously. I'm not gonna, be detailed with it, but it's the most cringe, awkward thing ever.
Then why are you watching it?
Because I wanted to watch something chill and not boom, right away. So I watched something that was chill. What is Jello says has been hotel recently, and last fan I really left was Killing Stalking in 2017.
Oh damn, that's bringing me back. I had a friend like really loved Killing Stalking. I read it because who didn't at the time, and also I read like pretty much anything. It was interesting.
Sorry, why has been hotel popular again?
Because the shows come out on Prime.
Oh, so they went from YouTube to Prime?
Yeah, they got a sponsorship. So Hell of a Boss is on, like, they make the two things, Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. And Hell of a Boss is coming out, like, on YouTube, but Has Been Hotel is out, I think, on Prime? Question mark? So there's, like, the whole episodes are all out.
It's only on YouTube.
Yeah, no, same. I don't have Prime right now because I don't feel like paying for it.
Okay.
So, but if you want to pay for Prime.
Popular enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Killing Stalking, that brings me back, goodness. There was like a time when like...
Stalking reminds me of my Barnes & Noble's days.
Alright. I had a friend, or honestly my friend group at the time, a lot of writers, so they all like were writing a lot of true crime, like fiction. So they're like, here's my serial killer OC. I'm like, okay, what? So that was a little odd. Like in hindsight, I'm like, maybe good we moved on. I never was really part of that fandom per se. I just sort of absorbed things that are around me. You know? Like I'll ingest the media and yeah, that's it. I don't always get terribly crazy about it. Same with like fan art. I don't really do fan art all that often. I did it for a few things. I think like Metal Gear, The Adventure Zone, which I have a shirt on. You guys can't see it, big Sag. I have like a little Adventure Zone shirt on at the moment. What else did I have fan art of? I don't really do fan art. It's just not a thing I do. I just don't get passionate enough about it. I honestly should, considering I do cons, and, fan art sells. I mean, I've been doing pretty well with my own art. And I think when I do fan art, it just doesn't look... It's so much in my style that you don't really tell what it's from. Like,
Oh my god, I would love to see that for Ellie.
The Adventure Zone, quote-unquote, fan art, nobody recognized what it was from the Adventure Zone. Because, I mean, it was very, like, abstract and crazy and stuff. Maybe I have a picture of it.
Discord is going crazy over it, and I'm just like...
What, the Adventure Zone?
No, they're going crazy over Has Been Hotel, and I'm just shut up, please.
Well, let people have their thing, my guy.
No, but they're doing their spoilers.
Oh, well, then...
No, they're just talking about it. I'm over here like...
I always try to be very cognizant of people. Like, if I've seen a show, or, like, I'm playing a game, and I know people haven't played it, I'll be like, that thing... Like, in Discord, you can spoil things. I'll be like, yeah, no, how far... Like, I'll ask, how far are you in? And, that thing that happened, the thing.
Yeah,
it's same for Baldur's Gate.
I'm over here telling them, like, hey, no spoilers, I haven't watched it, and they're over here, like, then leave.
Wow, that's mean. I'm fortunate in that I'm very forgetful, So I don't actually care if people spoil things for me because I straight up will forget that people told me that thing. Like, prime example is Fullmetal Alchemist, and I guess Fullmetal Alchemist spoilers, Brotherhood. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it. Like, it's been enough years. I think I can say this. Um, like one of the characters. So somebody told me that one of the characters dies, and I was like, okay, cool. Forgot about it, as I want to do, and then I started watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I got attached to this character. I'm like, this is the best character ever. They're my favorite. I relate to them so much. Like, I love them. They were me. They were relatable. Whatever. Just the best. Obsessed with them. And then they died, and I didn't see it coming. I'm like, it hit me as if I'd never been told that this character dies. Except I had also the thing, like when it happened, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Somebody warned me about this and I forgot. Like, it'll just happen. Like, I'll forget. So I don't mind spoilers, because I will forget. Also, I kind of need to have spoilers to get into a show. Like, tell me what the show's about. Tell me these moments. Because that way, if I do remember, I can look forward, like, when is this thing going to happen? When is it going to...
Did Jello really say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yeah. I think that's what the acronym's with.
Is that?
Very tempted to make... Yeah, has been Hotel fan art. Could be fun.
Not like that.
What?
My bakery boss doesn't like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. She likes the original.
I mean, that's... she's allowed to have that opinion. That's gonna... it's not a popular...
She was already out of college when it came out, I believe.
Oh, like, some people have the... If you grew up with a certain show, you're gonna like it. Whether or not it's good or not, I'm not gonna start that argument. I don't really care. Like, a lot of the fandom was like, Brotherhood was better. Whatever. Like, if you're gonna watch it, watch the original first, then Brotherhood. Is my recommendation, because Brotherhood's really good, and you're just not gonna like the original if you watch it in the other order. At least that's what I've been told. So, Brotherhood's more manga accurate, but, you know, I respect, like, hey, if you grew up with it a certain way, like, that's chill, man. We're all entitled to have opinions.
Brotherhood the same thing as the original?
Brotherhood? So, the first one, the manga hadn't been finished when they were animating it, and they were like, you know what, we don't know how this ends, so we're just gonna make it up as we go. Like, after a certain point, it stopped being manga, because the manga wasn't at that point yet, you know? So they kind of winged it. When Brotherhood came out, it's like a remake. They did the show, but all the manga was done by that point, so it's closer to the manga. It doesn't, like, veer off into its own thing. So some people consider it more canon, quote-unquote.
I definitely want to see the original just to see how
different it is.
What they thought. Yeah, and then see the point of view on the other side with the manga.
Yeah, maybe.
So I don't know if you've heard of Duffy's, the tavern.
Duffy's the No, where is this on? Give me more context.
Well, it's a restaurant.
Where?
Or like a bar near me.
Okay.
Near where they're closing, and I'm so fucking upset.
Aw, that always sucks when a favorite restaurant closes.
They were doing so well. They're still doing well. It's because the owner has Parkinson's.
Ah, that sucks.
Parkinson's, so they're
yeah.
Unfortunately. Where the fuck am I gonna get good French fries and mozzarella sticks now?
You gotta make it yourself now.
Oh.
I get that. That sucks. Oof. Parkinson's no joke. That's so unfortunate. That's tragic, man.
My comfort food. Because I usually get mozzarella sticks and tomato soup.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't like the sauce. I like dipping in tomato soup and then taking the tomato soup and drinking it afterwards or leaving it for the next day.
Yeah.
And then the fries are just there to snack on whenever I want.
Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. My comfort food is sushi and any kind of raw fish. It has been since I was a wee lass, a wee child. Literally in kindergarten or pre-K when they're like, "What's your favorite food, class?" and kids are like, "Pizza, candy, ice cream." I straight out was here like, "Fish with a flippy tail." Fish. That's word for word what I said. Cause I don't. So I'm Dutch and I'm German, but mostly Dutch. And there's a Dutch dish called raw herring. So it's like a herring fish raw, and it still has kind of the scales, like the under, like on the skin, you still have a little bit of the scaling pattern on it. So it looks like it still has its scales, and you just kind of eat the whole thing. Of course, they take the bones and stuff out, but it's like the whole freaking fish. It's like you just eat the whole thing. It's delicious. It's the best. It's buttery. It's juicy. It's amazing. It's so fucking fatty. I love it. Favorite thing ever. Can never get it because nobody has it here. It's only a Dutch thing. So I had that like when I was really little because I moved to the Netherlands and Europe for a little bit because my parents' house was a disaster and they were renovating. It was just too dangerous for like a 3-year-old to be around or 5-year-old. I don't know. So we were in the Netherlands for a bit. So that's where I was exposed to raw herring. So coming back, I always loved raw herring, but I couldn't describe raw herring. I was just like, fish that still has the scales on it is what I think I meant to say. But like, fish with a flippy tail. That's as close as kindergarten or pre-K Rafa was gonna get to like saying raw herring. That's what I meant. I didn't know how to say that. Just like, it's gotta be flippy. Like, because if it's still flipping, it's raw, you know? I was always such a strange child. Such a strange child. So still strange now, to be honest. I act like I'm not strange. I mean, I'm very strange. I think you can attest. My roommates, my friends, they can attest. But I like being strange. I wouldn't want to be normal. It seems kind of boring.
I was gonna say something so cringe.
What are we going? Do I want to know?
No, fam. You're not gonna listen to what I was about to say.
Cause like I hate you do that thing where it's like, oh, I'm not gonna say a thing, and then I'm like, the curiosity killed the cat. What was the thing you were gonna say? Frick. You should text it to me. Text it to me. If you don't want it on chat, just message me in Discord. And then I can be aghast at you, and the chat will have no idea what's going on.
Yes.
No, I do not like. I don't like the evil laugh.
No, I'm not typing it.
Why not? Why not? You gotta say it now.
That's cringe. No.
Like things
I was
you.
gonna say something along the.
Like you're not already a little cringe.
Along the.
Yeah.
Cause you know how we always hang out.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that like. You like brighten up my day and everything.
Aw, that's super
like,
sweet. Bro, that's not cringe at all. That's super sweet. Aw, thanks, mate. That's.
You're over here talking about how you're like strange and awkward, but that you love being that. And I'm over here like, oh,
my heart.
If only you knew.
Well, now I do. Thank you for sharing that. That's not. I don't think that's cringe at all. I'll fight people who say it's cringe. Sometimes, Camilla, little secret. It's okay to be cringe. Who said it wasn't okay to be cringe? You know, like who's the judge? Why does it matter if we're cringe or not? You know, so long as you're not hurting anyone, just be you. You know.
That's true.
That's my take, anyways. Be yourself. Like, isn't that the message of all the frick? I got a lead in the erase in the sharpener. Isn't that the whole thing with all the Disney films? It's like, be yourself and do it. And then when you're actually yourself, they're like, oh, never mind. Like, pick one. Pick one. Also, as an illustrator, as an artist, I would argue it's part of the brand. It's part of the brand aesthetic. I can market it. I can market it as being a strange, queer little artist. You know? Like, if people look at me weird, and then Christian's like, oh, they're an artist. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. We are cringe, but we are free. Agreed. I just like because it's close to the manga, but the original is good. Yeah. So I'm just reading the chats. I'm so in the zone with this piece. It's just so relaxing. Because I don't have to think too hard about anything. or like plan or whatever. So.
I need like an apple cider vinegar drink.
Interesting. Oh, if you have a cold, actually, you have like a cold, right? Right? Hello?
What?
You're like feeling under the weather, right?
Yeah.
I can give you a recipe that my father has given me. And chat, I shall now give this recipe to you as well. It's called the flu bomb. It's... If a health potion were real and noxious, it'd be this stuff. So, the ingredients is 1 tablespoon of fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger, or is it tablespoon or teaspoon? TBS is tablespoon, right?
Yes is tablespoon.
Yeah, 1 tablespoon fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger, juice of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon honey, 1 drop of eucalyptus oil, 1 small cayenne pepper, half a cup of hot water.
Hold the fucking phone, bro.
Then you strain 1 piece of garlic, pepper, you kind of blend it up. Well, you blend the thing, and then you strain out the chunks, and then you drink that hot or warm.
I lost you at lemon.
Okay, so it's 1 tablespoon fresh garlic, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger, juice from 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon honey, 1 drop of eucalyptus oil, 1 small cayenne pepper, and half a cup of hot water. Eh?
What about cayenne pepper?
Just 1 small cayenne pepper. A cup of hot water, you put it in a blender, you blend it, you strain out any remaining chunks, and you drink it warm. It tastes awful. I've had it before. Like, it tastes like really spicy and, like, cause it's ginger and lemon and cayenne, so it's kind of spicy.
Where do you get the eucalyptus oil from?
I think like some supermarkets. Like, if you're in a city, like,
yeah,
Sprouts probably has it. Anything Whole Foodsy adjacent should have it, which not everyone has access to, but online for sure.
Edible eucalyptus oil.
Yeah, so really it's the same with spicy food. It's the same thought of like spicy food. That stuff will clear you out good. Like you can be, your throat and your everything will be cleared out. It's, again, doesn't taste all that good in my arrogant opinion. Some people like it. It's not terrible. But it will help. It helps. It certainly helps.
I'm gonna have to try it now.
Yeah. So if you're feeling under the weather, that's the flu bomb. Like, if you got the flu, take that. And that's help. That's the old family recipe. It's not all that old, to be honest, but like, whatever. We don't gatekeep here. We give all the secrets. Well, the secrets I'm allowed to give out. If a friend has a secret, I'm not telling that shit, you know. But like, I don't personally see any reason for like my art or cooking. I'm gonna tell you the secrets, cause like one thing that's annoyed me in history, like, oh, it's a super secret recipe. More often than not, the guy who knows the secret recipe frippin' dies, and then nobody knows the recipe, and it's lost to time and history. And like, nah, I'm just gonna tell y'all so that people know. You know, that's my take on it.
I want ramen so bad.
Ugh, I've had too much ramen lately, so I'm kind of like fed up with it. Like, no more ramen, please. Like, I like ramen, but I think I've had enough in the past few weeks. Can't eat. It's too filling.
It's too fattening is the issue for my
Fattening?
parents.
Then just do exercise or I don't know, like, bruh. Well, I guess if you are concerned about that, that's good for you, I guess. Not me. I refuse to worry about that. Not to say that I'm not getting exercise. I definitely walk everywhere. I walk a lot.
Exercise at work.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
like
basically on my
2 hours,
feet all day.
steps.
Yeah, I get a ton of steps. My commute is like 2 hours of constantly walking up and down stairs, taking trains. So like, I'm not sedentary as I used to be. Like, in college I was a lot more sedentary and gained maybe too much, maybe more weight than I ought to have. I was, to be fair, very underweight in college, so I was like, I need to gain weight. And I did! Very successfully. Too successfully. That Costco in Milwaukee has this, like, sugar cinnamon bread loaf that is to die for and is so filling and so delicious and good God, that's you could live on just that. That's definitely gonna give you the calories.
You're talking over yummy bread.
Listen, I freaking love yummy bread. It's a rare thing to get good bread in the States. It's always got gunk in it, or it's not real, or it's like I'm very prissy when it comes to bread. I know, I'm entitled and prissy about my bread. I'm a European. What do you fucking expect? Like, Germany's got lovely bread. They've got so much variety of bread. They take the bread. It's amazing. And then America's like, Wonder Bread? And I'm like, no! Keep that devil spawn away from me. So, I mean, like, Panera's kind of close sometimes. It's, like, okay. At this rate, I should just do it myself. As with all things, if you want something done right, you gotta do it yourself, unfortunately. So, that's what I gotta do.
What are we doing on that little corner area?
I'm getting to it. I want to make sure everything else is good first, you know?
I like the other corner so much.
This one?
It's so... The little fiery, yeah.
Little tendril just poking out. Also, another thing I need to work on, but I can't really work on stream because it's on my iPad, and that's not going to show up very well on this camera, is some D&D animatics. I've been procrastinating. So, to be honest, I got a little demotivated because I had some family members being like, your art, it peaked in high school, and why can't you make art as good as it was in high school? Like, what happened to your sense of whimsy? Why is it always so dark and depressing, or like D&D related? Like, can't it be... just do what you did in high school? And I'm like, what are you doing with your life? And I was like, that got me more than I'd like to admit.
Damn.
Like, I mean, you're not, because the thing is, they're not entirely wrong either. I do feel like my art was a lot more whimsical, a lot more like fantasy, but like lighthearted fantasy, and like quality too. Like, I was very detailed, like more detailed than I am now. It's a lot different, and I've always been trying to chase that. But of course, I've changed as a person. I've been through a lot of stuff that's affected me as a person and me as an artist. So it was like, so for a while it was like, I found it was a little hard to find the motivation to do the little animatics or any art at that point. But I've been fighting it and doing, you know, like, you know what, I'll do art. Doing the whole art thing with Cynthia and Jello and Lindsay, has helped a good bit, because it's like I'm motivated and I'm pushing my career forward because we're all like setting goals and stuff, so that helps. But sometimes you just gotta do a little D&D animatics for fun, you know? So that's been the battle, at least. So if I've been, to those people who know about the D&D animatics, like if I've not been as prolific as I used to be, that is why I've been struggling with that a little bit. I mean, it sucks, but that's life. I know, like, I have so many ideas to do too. So one of the things too is, and the thing I'm doing with the D&D game with you guys is I'm going back to that fantasy world that inspired a lot of my high school works, and just through playing the D&D, fleshing it out and combining. I'm passionate about D&D, so if I can encapsulate that passion, I can work on two things at once, you know. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That is very much the goal. So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. So I do need to do also more oil and bigger pieces. I need to figure out how to stream that. Because right now my setup is great for like little small things. I'd have to like figure out how to get like an easel and set that up so that the camera can see it, and that would take a lot of doing. I also have to figure out what I would paint oil-wise. So I do need to work bigger. More acrylics, more oils. So if you have ideas, chat, for like something bigger to do. I want to do more like Baroque style stuff too, in terms of like oil, so like Moody and such. So yeah, if you guys have ideas, like you should draw, like if it's Renaissance vibes, that's what I'd like to focus on, you know?
Yeah.
So like portrait, I've been doing a lot of like portraits of myself. just because that's like a constant that I can like measure the improvements that I'm seeing on, you know.
Yeah,
If you draw the same thing, you can see how you've improved because you've been drawing it a bunch.
I think that's why there's these people who will, like, every day fill up their sketchbook, like, and they would purposely get, like, 100 pages or 200 pages, and they would just every day do something on a page of sketchbook.
I need to do daily sketchbooks. It's so hard with work because I get home and I'm just tired. I don't want to draw, and I can't really draw on the bus either because it's all wiggly. It's tough. It's tough.
What sounds cool is just on a train.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you lived on a train or something.
Yes, but the thing is, like, it's wiggly, and I have to pay attention when my stop is coming up. So it's like it used to be. Since I take one bus, one train, that was like a half-hour bus ride. And now it's like 15 minutes, and like there's a lot more stops, and I have to pay a lot more attention to what's going on around me.
Yeah.
So I can't just draw because I get too much into the zone. So, and also it's wiggly. And last time I tried drawing on the bus, some person literally like shoved me out of the way, like when they wanted to sit next to me. It's like, hey, can I sit next to you? And like waiting for me, they just like shoved me and like almost dropped my sketchbook and all my pencils and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, rude. Rude much. But you know, it's Miami, bro. People are very rude.
Yeah.
Very mean. Kinda selfish. Honestly, that's why I'm always so thankful when I have good coworkers. Like, you were a good coworker. People I work with at my current job are flippin' amazing. So I always like to make sure I credit that. Like, thank goodness for being a good person. To say Barnes & Noble's, well, not Barnes & Noble, like my previous, there were at my previous places of work, there have been some more than cringe people who I'm not gonna name. And, you know, maybe we left.
Where are you? What the heck?
Huh?
Oh my god, what's happening?
What happened?
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I think somebody tried calling me, but I didn't recognize the number, so I didn't pick up. But you can't hang up on them, because if it's a spam call, then they're like, aha, there's a person here, let me keep spam calling them, you know? So if I don't pick up, then they won't know that a person's there.
Oh my god, that was so annoying.
Sorry. Pick another color.
Green.
Green?
Like a dark green if you can. If not, do pure white.
I will try green. Let's see, and then we'll add a little bit of dark green, right? Need a darker blue then. Okay.
What's that?
What? You said green. I'm doing green.
I heard of like someone kicking or something.
Someone what? Speaking?
Knocking.
Oh. Huh. That's weird. I mean,
it was like a bow, 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 bow.
Must have been on your end. I haven't heard that. But again, I am the Christians in the other room. There could be other people, you know, might be that to do with them.
Okay. Oh, did you hear that they're making a new Walking Dead?
I did not. That's interesting.
Apparently, it's like in the middle of like specific seasons.
Interesting.
Or something, because you know we all know that all these characters have died, whatever not.
Well, spoiler, I don't know that. I'm teasing.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you who.
Yeah.
Obviously. But one character, or maybe I don't even know anymore. I haven't finished Walking Dead, so I could care less.
Wow.
But they're bringing, you know, after season 8 and all the characters are, you know, you get very little characters because they're known for adding and removing main characters and stuff.
Okay.
They're adding a character who has died and adding a character that I don't know if they died or if they were alive this entire time.
Yeah.
And they're
odd.
doing I think they're doing a between season type thing in their point of view.
Interesting.
it was I don't know if they were doing that or they were trying to follow a comic or what, but it was very confusing. But yeah.
Interesting,
And that's
interesting.
upsetting because they canceled Fear the Walking Dead, which I liked because it started before the apocalypse and then got into the apocalypse.
So
So
you
you
just
got to
really
see
like your
everything.
apocalypse flicks, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're canceling and uncanceling and making new things instead, thinking and they're trying to bring the fandom back, obviously. It's very
Yeah. A lot
obvious
of
that
these
they're trying to do
streaming
that.
platforms, they don't know what they're doing. They keep goofing. Like, oh,
Watch
let's
yourself,
cancel
yeah.
a show and do a new one and then do this and that. Like, bruh, just have a show that's more than a couple seasons, please.
Please.
Like, it doesn't have to be an overnight success. Like, they're like, oh, it's not an overnight success? Cancel it. You only get one season. So another thing that really pisses me off with these things is like, oh, here's a fully formed show like Over the Garden Wall or Infinity Train. We want tax write-offs, so we're gonna throw it into the ether. Nobody can have it. We're not gonna sell it. It doesn't exist anymore. We will destroy it so that we can for tax write-offs. And I'm just like, that makes me so fucking mad. It's like, excuse my French, but like that's like criminal. That's so freaking horrible. Like, bruh, you can't do that to all the people who poured their love into making this thing because some few people are greedy. You're just gonna destroy it. Like, dang. If that ain't like evil, I don't know what is. You know? Like, that should be illegal.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason these shows still exist is because of piracy. Which is why I am always like, piracy is good. Like, yeah, there's also bad, but it is good and bad. It's both. But it is a necessary, quote unquote, evil, because these frickers can't be trusted to not destroy stuff for money. So, we gotta. Actually, I think, like, some old shows, too, like, a lot of shows that exist here exist because somebody pirated them back in the day, and that's the only reason they still exist. I think Nosferatu maybe is one such a show. Do not quote me on that. I could be wrong on such a thing. My facts aren't always straight.
Me on that. I love it.
Are you making fun of my accent?
Love your accent.
Aw,
you
thank
know
you.
I love it.
What the frick even is my accent? I can't really tell. People
It
haven't been able
reminds
to tell
me
me.
of Frozen.
Frozen? Like a Norse
Frozen?
accent? Wow.
Yeah.
So I've been told, like, wow, you're like, you're sub.
Oh,
Yoo-hoo! Big
thanks for
summer blowout!
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah. I've been told I have, like, an American accent, a Wisconsin accent, a German accent, Dutch accent. I always get, like, I often get at work, so where are you from? Which chat, just, you know, not a rude thing to ask in Miami. I know in some places like Milwaukee or Wisconsin or up north, it's kind of rude to ask people, like, where are you from?
I mean, it's rude to ask in Miami in a specific area.
Is it? Because I've noticed.
Because there's
because
like, for
nobody's
example,
from
Coconut
Miami.
Grove, they hate when you ask because they're mostly browns and blacks.
I guess, but like in Miami, nobody's
But
from Miami. Like, everyone's an immigrant in Miami, more or less. Like, I'm one of the few people born in Miami. Like, most, especially adults,
right.
They're not from Miami. They're from Chicago or New York or Germany or South America somewhere. Like, you throw a dart at the, like, we're a melting pot. We're from everywhere. Like, sure, there's people from Miami, but even me, like, people are like, oh, where are you from? I'm not gonna say Miami. I say, like, oh, I'm German Dutch American. You know, my family's from so and so, because that's what people want to know. It's like, oh, where's your culture? Where's the culture? Where's the, like, you know, where are your ancestry from? And I don't think it's a bit rude. I don't mind it at all. But also I have an accent, so people will automatically, I guess, assume that I'm not from here, which is kind of funny. It's because Dutch is, like, technically my first language. I don't remember how to speak it. Well, I understand it, but I can't speak it all too well. Because it keeps turning into German, unfortunately. So, such is life. So Such is life. Like, did you ever in your life know Russian and forget about it? Is it maybe a similar concept?
It seemed that when I was there, I knew the word for food.
That's important.
But I think that was all I understood because as soon as I went to the America, I was chill.
Well, yeah, when you're so young, you really pick up whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember jack shit, bro.
Yeah,
I remember nothing.
My mom taught me Dutch as my first language, but because of the tism, I just wouldn't speak anything. And she was worried, like, this kid isn't speaking. They're supposed to be speaking now. Maybe I'm confusing this child with the Dutch, so I'll just speak English. And eventually, I picked up English, and that's why I speak English. And you could argue it's my first language, because that's the first one I spoke. But, and then German is, like, the one I learned after English. But you could also argue Dutch is my first language, because I understand it. When I do pronounce the words, I pronounce them perfectly. Unlike my sister, who was never taught Dutch. So, like, it's just more of a case of I forget all the words, like the vocabulary. But I know what you're saying. I just, how do I respond? That's the question. So, yeah. So, German is either my second or third language.
The whole page has been colored.
Huzzah!
Yay!
Oh, I needed these corner bits. I forgot these bits. Corner, I'm not done yet. Almost done, chat. Then we just spray fix it. Then we're good.
And that's not gonna damage the other paint, because I only spray single papers. I never sprayed a notebook before like that.
I mean, I spray my notebooks with
and it
spray
doesn't
fix.
Damage the rest of the page?
It hasn't. I mean, unless you actually like soak the paper, it shouldn't damage it.
Okay. Because I love that. The one that you brought out is what I use constantly.
Yeah, the working fixative is my favorite, because what if I want to go back and work on it? Oh yeah, I might just do it in here because I don't care. I'm dumb. I'm done with this. And like, you should do it in a well ventilated area, chat. Yeah, don't. It should be fine. Should be fine because
that's adorable.
Thanks. Thank you. I push this more. It's really pretty. It's pretty. Blue. Where's the blue? That's blue. Let me see. Let me look at the stream. Yeah, it's pretty fun, actually. I'm kind of annoyed with how square this corner is, but whatever. Actually, maybe I can fix it. Bring some greens into here. Make it more organic. Something like that, maybe? Guys, what do you think? Better?
Cute.
More of these. Okay, and now we stop because otherwise we're gonna overwork it like I always freaking do. Yeah, so I think that should be it for this guy. What do you guys think? Good? Is it good, you think? Chat?
That's
Hello?
adorable.
Adorable? Alright. Oh, good, good, good. We just spray it a bit. Maybe I made it a bit too wet, but it's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. And we just let it dry. And then maybe I'll do a few more coats. I'll throw this out. But yeah, I think for the most part, we're done. So thank you guys for coming to the stream. That was a really chill stream for just chatting, just hanging. It's always a pleasure. I'll see you guys hopefully next week. Yeah, thank you again. It was fun and stellar. See you guys next week, guys. Alrighty.